Your name is Dirk Strider, and you know what you must do. Kill yourself, I guess.
Oh.
When you think so little of yourself as a moral character, any act of self-termination will result in a death that is just.
There's no words to describe how I felt about Dirk Strider.
I really got no idea how the fuck I'm supposed to feel right now, but that's probably okay, right?
Do you want me to go back?
If you go back and just rewrite his decision, it's like denying him his personal autonomy. It's okay, dude.
Hey, John, we should get hitched.
Okay, let's do it.
John Resi, feelings jams, and also time skip.
Things always work out between old friends. We've all known each other for too long for anything to cause a permanent rift.
Oh, we're ready to go. Oh,
we
hello,
are?
everybody. Yes.
Oh gosh. I wasn't ready. Oh, God.
I'm scared. What's going on? I'm scared.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's the epilogues.
Guys,
this is
we're
a familiar
safe.
thing.
It's okay.
It's all right. Welcome back.
Everybody breathe.
Take
Welcome
some
back,
deep
guys.
breaths. Do some square breathing.
Yeah. Because we're headed into the peak of the week, apparently.
Yeah, we're in the peak of the week. Yeah. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. We're going to continue the epilogues now. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
3 months later, John is still thinking about his last conversation with Terezi. It's kind of impossible not to when Rose and Kanaya keep saying the name Vriska every 5 minutes. He really thought they were done with hearing about Vriska all the time, but apparently Rose and Kanaya were intent on breathing new life into that tradition.
Friska, don't chew on your chair's dinner tray.
Darling, she is only a grub. She hasn't yet grown her oral canals.
Yes, but I believe strongly that we should get in the habit of speaking to her like an adult. It will be good for her social development.
Is that how your mother raised you?
I would have loved it if my mother spoke more frankly with me, but she was... Let's just say a rather awkward person. No offense, Roxy.
Lamau, none taken. I can't even imagine all the ways I'd fuck up a kid in a timeline where I didn't sort out my drinking, to be honest.
Oh, you weren't awful. I just have... How do you always put it, dear?
A penchant for melodrama?
Well, yeah. Your dad made sure he got some of himself in you.
I suppose he did.
And then everyone in the room observes a moment of silence for their dear departed friend, Dirk Strider, except for John, who takes advantage of the solemn distraction to anxiously tap at his phone. He'd sent Terezi a text an hour ago when Roxy was fixing her makeup in her compact. He's not sure why he feels the need to hide the fact that he's talking to her. It's not like there's anything untoward about what he's doing. Just texting an old friend. What's wrong with that? Nothing at all, he thinks, as he closely monitors his silent praying wife, ready to stash the phone in his pocket the moment she shows the slightest sign of movement. She lifts her head to speak. He's like Houdini with that phone.
Damn, I still can't believe Dirk's gone, though.
Yes, it was so sudden. But the best we can do to honor him is simply to move on with our lives. I'm sure it's what he would have wanted. Huh?
John shoots Rose a weird look. She smiles back benignly, then goes to collect her troll daughter from her booster seat. She holds baby Vriska close to her chest and leans over to give Kanaya a kiss on the cheek. The precious grub is framed between them, and the two wives are ringed in a halo of pale light at the peak of this magical moment. It should be a beautiful image, but something about it roils John's gut. Rose sits back down, cradles Vriska in one arm, and begins to unbutton the top of her shirt with the other. John instinctively finds something else to look at. Anything. His fidgeting hands will do. Have you thought about what to name your grubs?
It's just one grub, lol.
Oh, that's a relief. I've actually been very worried about your well-being considering how human grubs are born.
Why?
Well, don't they have to eat their way out of the womb?
Kanaya.
It's what Carcat told me.
Carcat gets all his information on humanity from the movies. And Dave, which is even worse than the movies. Wait a fucking minute. What movies are they watching? Too graphically misleading, I suspect. I equally suspect that any time there's a human birthing moment on camera, Carcat probably turns away, too disgusted to watch, while Dave continues filling his ear with more lies about human biology.
Then I was given inaccurate information.
Yes. If that was true, how would our species have survived? We would have had a 100% maternal mortality rate during childbirth.
Yes, I forgot how primitive medical technology was on your planet. Then how are humans born?
Use your head for a moment, darling.
Oh, I see.
Lamau.
I'm sorry, John. All this girl talk must be making you uncomfortable. Can we change this subject to something a little less gross and weird?
Wuss.
So... Is Vriska really the name you're going with?
Kanaya gives John an inquisitive, wide-eyed look, as if there could be no conceivable reason for someone to ask this question. Yes, of course.
Why would we change her name when she's nearly a year old? Well, it's not like it would hurt or anything. Didn't Kanaya just say she doesn't have ears yet?
OMG, John, don't be rude.
I'm not trying to be rude. I just think it's a little... weird.
I don't see why. I mean, she is practically a clone of Vriska.
Yeah, Kanaya, I know that's why it's weird. I appreciate your concern, John, but it's not that weird to name a child after an important figure from your youth. What were you thinking of naming your own child?
John hesitates, adjusts his glasses for want of something to do with his hands. This is a conversation he's been dragging his heels on for months. Back when Roxy first got pregnant, it was all they talked about. It was all they talked about it, I guess. But now that she's so close to the due date, all the subject does is make his pulse go shaky.
Harry Anderson Egbert.
Roxy, we hadn't... I mean, I didn't think we were decided on that.
I don't know, you seemed pretty set on it.
He was. What's bugging him about it is that Roxy didn't seem to have any suggestions of her own. Rose stops breastfeeding Vriska and hands her off to Kanaya. She comes to sit beside John, setting a hand on his knee. She speaks kindly.
Wasn't that the guy from Night Court? Yeah. Which was a show that reminds you of your father. I think that in this new world we've created, it's important to carry the torch of what we've left behind us. We must name the next generation for the fallen heroes that we admire. Wait, we admire Vriska now? It's true that Vriska was a controversial figure, even at the best of times, but she did defeat Lord English, John.
This remark seems to cure John of his shaky pulse problem, if only because for a moment his heart seems to stop beating altogether. It shocks him in a way that causes him to feel the planet turning under his feet. He whips his head up to look at Rose intently. She seems alert. Her gaze is precise. She doesn't seem ill or off or confused at all.
No, she didn't? Vriska didn't defeat Lord English.
Rose doesn't say anything. No one says anything.
Rose, no one knows what happened to Lord English. Of course we do. Vriska used the Juju and her accompanying ghost army to defeat him. Why else would we be here? I don't think that's what actually happened, though.
Then what did happen, John?
I just said, no one knows. Rose, come on. You're the one who told me all this. I told you what? About a year ago, you were feeling bad and asked me to come over, and then you gave me this big speech about canon and being like outside canon and not canon and other shit like timelines and fate and my anime dreams. That's all in the past, John. Everything worked out in the end. Why are you getting so upset about this? You gave me a list of instructions and told me that I had to use my retcon powers to go back to a very specific point in time to defeat Lord English when he was still just a kid. And you told me that I had to do this to... to validate the sequence of reality? But I didn't. I was all ready to go. I thought I was going to die, honestly. But then you...
John swivels around to point a finger at his wife. It comes across as more accusatory than he means it to be.
Roxy, you and Calliope told me that I had a choice. And I made my choice, which is why I ended up staying. But did it really all work out in the end? If I didn't stop Lord English, then... we even really hear it all?
The three gals in the room exchange a series of concerned glances. Do they truly think he's crazy? Are they hiding something from him? John can feel himself trembling. It's not possible that he's remembering this wrong, is it? It can't be. If he presses his eyes shut, he can still see the lines of the black hole cracking space apart around him. It seemed like such a big deal at the time, and then suddenly it felt like nothing at all. Why? Roxy leans over and sets a cool hand on John's forehead. You doing okay there, babe?
I'm fine.
You're the ones not doing okay, he nearly shouts, but then realizes it's just going to make him sound crazier than he already looks. He brushes Roxy's hand away and stands abruptly, looking woozy and sweating at the temples. His skin is tight and clammy, too hot and too cold all at once.
I need some fresh air.
Want me to come with you?
No! I mean, no. I need a moment alone. I think I'm just getting those, you know, new dad jitters. That must be it.
Oh, of course, that makes sense. Take care of yourself, hon.
John grabs his coat and sprints out of the hive. He vaults into the air and follows the breeze up, coasting over the tree line and out of the troll suburb that Kanaya and Rose have made their home in. Furiously, he begins typing on his phone.
Terezi, I know that you've got important stuff to do out there in Paradox Space, but I really need to hear from you. On my side, it's been months since we last talked, and I can't figure out if it's because I said something wrong, or if it's because something terrible happened to you. Things here on Earth are...
John shuts his eyes for a moment and takes a deep breath. The breeze that rattles over the forest seems foul somehow, stale, like air that's been recycled multiple times over.
They're not great. I mean, on the surface, everything is fantastic. Everyone's so happy, and it finally seems like we're all making real progress as adults, but at the same time, everyone is also acting crazy. I feel like I'm the only sane person left in this entire universe. I'm the only one that seems to care about anything. I mean, care about anything bigger. Bigger than, like, what to name a baby, or who's stuck in a terrible relationship with who. Oh my god, this probably sounds so pathetic. Terezi, I'm seriously pathetic. It's so selfish of me to even be messaging you at all. I've got a beautiful wife who loves me, but it's not enough. I can't even talk to her about what we're gonna name our stupid kid without it turning into some weird thing where she just goes along with whatever I want. Even when all I want is for her to want something different than what I want. Okay, wait, I take it back. Our kid's not stupid. Well, okay, he hasn't been born yet, so maybe he'll turn out to be stupid eventually. What do I know? Anyway, the point is, I'm just popping off on random things at people who don't deserve it because I'm really upset right now. Not at anyone in particular. Probably just at myself. Like, wow. Can you believe how shitty I'm being right now? You could be dead for all I know, yet here I am, begging for your attention, even though my life is perfect. But I don't know who else I can talk to. Even Rose is acting weird all of a sudden. I guess what I'm trying to say is You're the only thing that still makes sense to me, Terezi. Right now, I just really need you. Please come make some sense at me.
John notices his fingers are shaking. He makes a conscious effort to keep them still and exhales. Come make some sense at me? Good Lord. He's got to pull it together before he blurts out something really embarrassing. He braces himself as if splashing an imaginary glass of cold water in his own face, and reminds himself once again that he has a wonderful life. A perfect life. He's happy, goddammit. He's about to pocket his phone when he catches some movement at the bottom corner of the screen. It's an indication that someone is typing. He stops breathing until the text actually appears.
Okay, loser. Tell me what happened this time.
Wow, okay. Jane may have stepped away from her pursuit of public office, but it's important for any educated businesswoman to stay abreast of the political goings-on of her nation. She keeps close watch on the political landscape. She's got people with eyes on every newspaper and website on Earthsea, but she likes to watch the human news herself. It's just such a delightfully adult thing to do, she thinks, as she spreads out languorously in front of her television. She remembers her father doing the same all the time. Well, without the luxurious silk robe and 80-inch TV screen. I admit I had second thoughts about calling off my presidential bid after what happened with Dirk, but you know what? I'm surprised to say that this administration isn't too shabby after all. I really was worried that one of the candidates would naively roll back the troll population control ordinances once Kanaya got the mother grub up and running, but they're taking a really hard line on this. Gamzee, as ever, stands by Jane's side, assisting her as she jots down notes about political events of the day. When she asks for a fresh pen, he fishes one out of his codpiece and hands it to her, but he looks uncharacteristically disquieted. Whoa, are you really all up in supporting that sticky shiz, my woman? Excuse me, what? It looks to me like the human man is trying to keep my people down, all discriminatorily and such. Jane chuckles at Gamzee's jape, but the strange expression persists on his clownish face. This be wicked serious, boo. Y'all really down with subjugating my ninjas? I gotta say, I don't feel good about saying ninjas every time because I know it's definitely...
I think I mentioned this the first
time. It feels weird to be dancing around the slur.
Yeah, as we are too... Not... Spoilers! We're both very white.
I'm so white. I'm so extremely white.
If you couldn't tell by us doing a Homestuck read-through in the Big 26, we're both very white.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel great, I will say. I will read the dialogue as written because it isn't actually a slur, but I just need it to be known that it doesn't feel awesome. Jane scoffs. The downside of taking notes by hand is that one's wrist is bound to get a bit sore, and it's left her short on patience for this tiresome ordeal of explaining the basic functioning of a political system to an ignorant farcer. Gamzee, please. I'm not doing anything of the sort. Some of my best friends are trolls. I have no ill will toward trolls at all, and I want them to have the same opportunities and privileges as any human, or carapacian, or what have you. But there are certain measures that are, realistically speaking, necessary in order to assure that these opportunities and privileges remain equivalent across the board. But breeding control? I don't know, man. Doesn't seem keeping in the spirit of tolerance and equality and all that, man. Gamzee, you just don't get it. It's not about equality, it's about equity. Yeah, I don't follow, honk. You see, in a system of equality, every individual is dealt exactly the same hand. Maybe this is an analogy that you would understand. What if we lived in a world where there were only one size of shoe? That would be perfectly equal if everyone had equal access to that shoe, but would it suit everyone? Could everyone put on that one size of shoe and receive an equivalent level of support and comfort? I don't know, as long as it's a big old shoe, it might be all right, man. Jane has to pause to huff in exasperation. No, Gamzee. Everyone needs shoes that fit the size of their feet. You need to make unequally sized shoes for unequally sized feet. Oh, word? I ain't know about all that, boo-boo, but if you say it's true... Yes, it's true. It's the same with building laws that are conducive to a functioning, equitable society. Some people are simply born into positions that confer upon them certain advantages, and it is the job of the government to ensure that people who are less fortunate can be lifted up, as it were, to match their luckier peers. We must offer some greater assistance to some classes of people rather than others to ensure that equity. Such is the case with natural troll and human birth rates. So you're saying you need different shoes for your human dicks and whatnot? Precisely. The reintroduction of the mother grub changes everything. Trolls and humans don't have identical birth rates. It's a fundamental biological fact that natural troll reproduction is much faster than humans. It's a matter of evolution and society. You know this, Gamzee. Your people evolved in a harsh, unforgiving world where the slightest misstep could lead to death. And like any animal would, your biology adapted to the circumstances. Your mother grubs have the capacity to produce an unimaginable quantity of eggs at a time, to ensure that at least a few can survive to a reproductive age. And I understand that in the context of Alternian society that worked great. Because the mortality rate was so high, only a manageable number of individuals were able to make it to adulthood. But we have a peaceful society now, with benevolent caretakers and fair laws. No young troll is at danger of being killed by monstrous fauna. No one will be culled for being too weak. But that doesn't change your biology. So what does that mean for the troll population? It would spiral out of control within a matter of generations. You would come to outnumber humans at a factor of thousands, millions to one. The infrastructure would not be able to keep pace. The economy would be completely destabilized. The market would be flooded with thousands of trolls who wouldn't be able to find jobs or places to live. Not to mention the issue of your lifespans. Some of you will live for hundreds, thousands of years. And honestly, speaking of biology, I'm not sure if we were to loosen population controls right now that your people have, how to say... Well, let's just say I think it would be irresponsible to gamble on whether or not the natural Alternian order will reassert itself in such a troll-dominated society. Maybe in 100, 200 years when you've proven, and I believe you will, I really do, but when you've proven you can coexist in a harmonious society with natural breeding, it might not matter so much exactly how many more trolls there are than humans. Wait, didn't we all up and jump forward so we got 2,314 sweeps of history or somewhat? With artificial breeding? I don't know, babe. This is all starting to sound a little xenophobic. Xenophobic? Jane narrows her eyes at the disingenuous buffoon. This is not the first time she has had a conversation like this with him, by any stretch of the imagination. Not even someone as willfully loathsome as Makara could be this dense. What's more likely is he's just attempting to get a rise from her, to get her a little hotter under the collar, to put her in a certain mood. I just explained it's essential that these regulations remain in place so that the human and troll populations can remain proportionate. It isn't as if this is an issue comparable to racism within a single species, a phenomenon rooted solely in spurious cultural stereotypes, junk science, and knee-jerk bigotry. There are objectively real and quantifiable biological and behavioral differences between our species, which absolutely must be accounted for if we are to live in a harmonious society together, where no species holds any advantage over another. I'm trying to prevent xenophobia. I may be just a simple motherfucking clown, not all knowledge learned about the intricacies of human economics and interspecies diplomacy, honk. But all that political pontificating you just slammed down into my think pan. Can't help but think it feels a little like the bleatings of a bitch what's about to get all up and cancelled. Cancelled? And just like that, she falls right into his trap. There's no turning back now. The salacious ritual is imminent. Excuse me, I'm sorry, cancelled? Are you even hearing yourself? Who in the world gave a literal insect in clown face like you the authority to be cancelling anyone? Wow, honk. Oh, forgive me if I'm a bit nettled to hear a drug-addicted clown who murdered half of his friends tell me that I, Jane Crocker, am cancelled. Hey, you know that's insensitive. Addiction is a disease, and I can't rightly help that my Lucis was never around to teach me right from wrong. Yes, we've all heard your sob story, Gam, but I done gone and repented. Now, my tall frosty mamacita, I'm a righteous man, and all I ever been trying to do is to get you right too, with morals and goodness, all filled up inside you as tight as your nasty. I thought that said nasty. It says tasty. Not better. Ho balloons are with human moo juice. It's terrible. I am loathing this one. Maybe what we need is a little communion, my wicked suckle sister. Flesh to motherfucking flesh. Bring those humongous bazongas over here. Get your filthy hands off of me. Come on, mama. Just a little honk to make it all better. No, I'd rather die than touch your disgusting clown baton ever again. You say that every time, my big busty babe. Makes a motherfucker start to think it's some more of that political doublespeak of yours, my fine dairy queen. Ugh! It's the worst. It's so the worst.
And in this episode, Will fucks himself.
Yeah.
Whoops.
You'll recall some of your worse sexually explicit things that you've had to read. This is
I will.
bad. This is bad.
This is awful. This is horrendous.
Now it's me. This time it's me, and I think it's only fair that it's me because you've done enough.
Yeah.
But there is Jake text on screen, so you know.
No, I know.
In spite of Jane's protests, Gamzee makes a desperate play for a lusty squeeze. Jane puts up a valiant show of resistance, but Gamzee knows she has no real intent of fighting him off. It's all part of the cosmetic dance. He has his big clown mitts right on her busty bags, honking away. As soon as Jane starts screaming, the baby does too. Jake, sitting approximately 6 feet away, bounces the infant a little to calm him down.
I say, would you mind keeping it down for Tavros? He was sleeping, and to be honest, I think things here are a little blue for a baby.
Jane and Gamzee break apart at once. It's like she'd forgotten that Jake was there at all. She scrambles to cover herself properly the moment his voice cuts through the din of sloppy, moist honking. Jake, darling, don't worry. There's plenty of attention to go around, my love. Would you care to join us?
It's okay. I think it's time for Tavros to be fed anyway. Why don't I just take a bottle and get him out of here so you two can...
Oh, yes. Gamzee, get him a bottle, won't you?
Why is Jake in the cuck chair?
I sent the fucking... I'm gonna put the fucking GIF on screen that I sent you before. Fucking Delta Rune Prophecy panel.
Oh god, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's the generational oral loss of Jake English will continue until morale improves, I guess. I don't know.
It will not. Morale will not improve
Morale will
if
get
my
worse.
goat keeps fucking losing. Ugh.
Yeah. Jake, who had been sitting on the other side of the couch with sweet baby Tavros in his arms, remains stiff with his squalling infant as he waits for Gamzee to carry out his commanded task. The clown bends over revoltingly in front of the couch, full rump straining against his plush purple briefs, as if daring Jake to look away, and he can't. Jake stares transfixed into the full moon of the clown's buttocks, appearing virtually shrink-wrapped by the moist fabric. As Gamzee slowly descends, fingers trailing down the entire length of his leg, his codpiece bobs between his spread thighs as he grasps the bottle of milk that had been knocked to the ground in the fracas. He then snaps right back up with a honk that nearly makes Jake rocket out of his seat. Jake's heart is racing so hard he loses focus. He doesn't notice that Gamzee is offering him the bottle until Jane's angry voice wrenches him back to his senses. Gamzee, that's been on the ground! Get him a clean one! Gamzee shrugs and squirrels away the half-spilled bottle in his codpiece. He walks off and returns with a fresh bottle from the fridge, then hands it over to Jake.
Thanks, I'll just be going now. See ya.
Jake snatches the bottle from Gamzee's hand and all but flees the room in as brisk a walk as he can manage. Baby Tavros calms down as soon as the rubber nipple is in his mouth. But no matter how far Jake walks down the long corridors of Jane's mansion, the lascivious honks echo through the halls like the wails of a dolorous ghost. Nowhere is truly safe. Every little noise emanating from that cursed living room shoots through Jake's skull like a gunshot. As Jake gently bounces the baby in one arm, he takes out his phone to text an old friend.
Jade, are you there?
Yep. What's up?
Can we call?
Sure, Jake.
Jade has started up a voice call before Jake can even move to do it himself. It's such a relief to hear her voice. It's something to focus on besides the, oh, honk. Jake winces.
Jake, it's been a while since you called. Is everything okay?
Yep. Just hunky-dory over here. You know how it is. Love my lady and my baby and all that.
Honk, 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 honk. Hoo, hoo, hoo. This little piggy went to the dark carnival. Honk, 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 honk. The sound of it so sucks. It's so bad. The sound of his wife's rapturous howling unmoors the last of Jake's composure. He staggers, threatening to spill soft little Tavros on his soft little head, killing him forever. It's not safe to stand, so Jake shuts himself into the first empty room he comes across and lets himself slide to the ground against the closed door.
Anyways, what's up with you? How's life with Dave Cat going?
Oh, it's great. I'm really glad I just went for it. All of us together, it really is the best of every world. To be honest, I never really felt like I was cut out for monogamy, you know? It seems silly to even contemplate keeping all my love for only one person now. I've never really believed a person ever runs out.
That's great to hear.
Speaking of, how are things going with you and Jane and, Gamzee?
well, it's not so much like that for me, really. Gamzee is more Janie's side piece, you know? We don't... I'm not really... Well, enough about that. Have you been thinking of your plans for the future?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, starting a family and such? No, really. You lot have been together a while now. You haven't put any thought into the next step? You and Dave would have some real game-buster babies, I'm sure.
I'm sure we would, but...
But?
Well...
Not ready for it yet?
That's not really it. I'd love to have a baby like everyone else. I mean, everybody's been having them. I won't pretend I'm not a little jealous. But I don't think it's gonna happen with me and Dave.
What? Why not? If you want, I could give that whippersnapper a talking to. Get him to really man up and accept responsibility.
No, it's nothing Dave is doing. It's me.
Huh?
There's no way me and Dave could have a regular baby together because I'm...
What's wrong?
Well, let's just say that after all the sperm stuff, it's done some things to my body, like merging with Beck mostly.
Have you been trying?
We can't really.
What, do you think your dog genes or whatever are keeping you from getting pregnant?
Not my genes, exactly. I don't really want to get into the specifics.
Okay, dude.
Okay, bro.
All right.
You
Fucking
know,
sure. Would that rule out a union of an ectobiological sort?
I guess not, but I don't think any of us are really interested in having a kid with ectobiology. It just feels... Well, I think we've all had enough of ectobiology for one lifetime.
Fair enough.
I thought about asking Rose to help us, but that's so much to ask.
What, like as a surrogate? To have her carry the child for you in her womb?
Yeah, something like that.
Goodness. Have you mentioned this to her?
Yes, we've talked a little about it.
What did she say?
I don't know, it's a tricky subject. She didn't say no, just that there was stuff to think about.
I see. But, I might be missing something.
What?
Well, Dave is Rose's brother, right?
Yeah.
So if he supplied the fatherhood material, wouldn't that be... What? What did I say?
No, Jake, Dave wouldn't be the father in this scenario.
Oh. Oh, Carcat then. Wait, no, I'm confused again. Aren't there like biological compatibility issues there? I mean, with natural birth and not with the ecto-what's-it machine.
Carcat wouldn't be the dad either.
What?
No, don't worry about it, Jake. Look, I gotta go. It was nice talking to you.
No, please don't!
Huh?
Don't go, please.
Jake, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. It's just... Never mind.
If there's something wrong, please tell me. I'm here for you, you know that, right?
There's nothing wrong. Sorry, I'm just... I feel like we've been drifting apart lately, is all. Because we're all so busy with our new lives and such. I just wanted to talk to you. Like the old times. But I won't hold you up if you got places to be.
Jake.
It's okay, Jade. I'll be okay.
Okay, I really do have to go. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you again soon, okay, Jake? I'll call you.
Okay. Thank you, Jade. I'm sorry.
Okay. Bye.
Jade hangs up. Jake releases a rattling sigh. Honk, 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 honk.
This... I hate this.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I'm trying so hard to get to Homestuck 2 right now. This feels like...
We have to get through it.
Oh... This is awful. This is awful, and I suspect it only gets worse.
You have to understand that we have to get through it. Right?
I know.
It's okay. We can do it.
Probably.
Yeah. It's 19.
Woo.
How cute do you guys think John's baby is gonna be? Like, on a scale of 1 to 11.
Jade rolls over and nuzzles herself into the crook of Dave's armpit, taking Carcat's hand with her so that it's slung over her stomach. Dave doesn't stop scrolling on his phone. His face is a kaleidoscope of neon lit from beneath by the Alternian mushrooms that flare up at night with a sick green bioluminescence, and from above by the soft glow of his social media accounts. I don't know. I still haven't come to terms with the fact that John's gonna be a dad.
You don't think he'll be a good one?
I didn't say that, but okay, since you asked. I mean, think about it. If you were going to rank us in order of maturity based on all the years we've known each other, about where would you put John? Carcat, lazily munching on a chocolate beetle, taps his foot against the picnic blanket. Jade moves his hand so that it's resting subtly on the line of exposed skin above her skirt, where her tank top is riding up. He seems not to notice. Instead, he's seriously considering Dave's question. He picks a leg off of one of his beetles and flicks it over Jade so that it lands on Dave's forehead.
Below me, but above you.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's all married and pregnant and he's got a mustache.
I'm still not over that fucking mustache.
Why not? He looks so good.
Yeah, he looks disturbingly good. I almost can't talk to him anymore. It looks so good.
Oh?
Jesus, Jade, don't fucking read into it. A bro can appreciate how attractive his bro has become and maybe get a little breathless at the sight of his chiseled jawline and manly facial hair without being gay about it. I've just been thinking lately, every time I see him, that he's... Okay, don't make fun of me for saying this, but it's like John's a man. Not a lowercase m man, but a fully grown-up, legit fucking dude with a leather briefcase and a suit that he only wears on special occasions.
Fucked up.
I know, right? Jade pokes a finger into Dave's chin, sliding it up his jawline so that it puckers his mouth into a pout. It's a pretty cute thing to do, if extremely immature. This might be the point Dave was trying to make, that they're all still kind of immature. Jade doesn't pick up on the obvious subtext in the conversation, however, because she's been willfully undermining the subtext in her own personal life for nearly a year now.
Well, I've actually been thinking lately about how since Rose and Kanaya had a kid, and Jane and Jake had a kid, and John and Roxy are gonna have a kid, what would you think if maybe we had kids?
What? Who, you and Dave?
Karkat starts laughing. Jade flicks him in the forehead.
No, stupid, all three of us. What? Look, I know there are issues to sort out in terms of, feasibility, but I think there are a lot of options to consider. Maybe someone can help us out, like someone we know. Or, I don't know, what about adoption? That could be cute, adopting a little grub, aw. Or a human, whatever. I'm not picky.
Oh, he's fucking right. Jay, don't you read the newspapers? The new administration is cracking down on certain kinds of interspecies adoption laws. If you're so intent on it being the three of us, we literally will not be able to adopt a human child because the human administration is afraid that I don't know, tear into it and feast on its organs. And in that kind of political climate, well, I'm not sure it's a world I would want to raise a troll child in right now.
Joke's on them. I've never seen you tear in anything more complicated than a microwave dinner.
I know, right?
I mean, on the other hand, if we adopt a kid young enough, it would totally fit in the microwave.
What the fuck, Dave? I'm not gonna eat our theoretical baby.
Dave puts his phone away and rolls up so that he's braced on his elbow. He meets Karkat's gaze over the rise of Jade's chest and smiles at him. Yeah, dude, I know. You're probably like closet dad of the fucking year, just waiting for his moment to shine. I bet you'd whine and complain about getting a kid till we actually brought Junior home. The moment you saw his little chubby cheeks, your face would light right up.
Oh, I can imagine the look on Karkat's face right now.
Yeah, you know exactly the one. Like how he looks when his hot pocket finishes cooking in the microwave, which he understands is an instrument of food preparation and not some sort of grim infant warming device.
Why did you have to bring it back to the microwave?
Oh, because I had more jokes to make about the subject?
Of course. God forbid Jane and I are not forced to listen to every letter of your horrid internal dialogue.
Whatever, you love it. Anyway, on the baby in the microwave front,
God!
I'd be more worried about me being the one who'd do the deed, so to speak. I mean, it's not like I've got great demonstrative background in child rearing or anything. Considering all the places I got left as a kid, I wouldn't be surprised if I'd just put our baby in the toaster by accident or something. Like, if you tally up the amount of hours I spent locked in the fridge compared to the amount of hours I spent in the American school system learning how to be normal and do polynomials, just saying, it looks dire. Dave's staring into the distance like a stopped clock, or at the very least a dude who's been locked in the fridge more than once in his life. Jade and Karkat exchange a private look they've also given each other more than once in Dave's presence. Yeah, so anyway, I think I'm going to stick to Hot Pockets.
Dave, you really think you'd make that bad a father? Even with me and Karkat helping you?
Don't take this personally, but I'm an evidence-based hypothesis kind of guy, and so far, three-way relationships in our friend group attempting parenthood, the record ain't looking so good. Just saying, a clown, a fascist, and a male sex icon walk into a bar sounds like the start of a bad but funny joke. But when it's the start of a family, that's when it gets a bit less funny to me. Poor little dude gonna be so fucked up.
Oh, come on, Dave. Tavros is a cute kid.
Sure he is now.
The moment cognitive function starts firing off in that kid's head, he's gonna be scarred for life.
We don't know that.
Jade, I know Jake's like your bestie and also your grandfather and also kind of your grandson and also your fucking dad, I guess, but his relationship is bad.
Hey, that's not necessarily true.
You're right. It's not fucking true. Dave's just being gentle here to spare your feelings. His relationship is not merely bad. His relationship is a flaming wreck of an interstellar warship hurtling towards the planet at terminal velocity with the entire crew brutally slaughtered upon re-entry, shoved straight down the chair. The chair grin is what I was going to say.
Chair grin?
When the chair is smiling. Shoved straight down the chagrin tunnel, and then immediately shot out the other side, thus flooding the entire fucking neighborhood when it clogs up the load gaper.
Jade sits up and wraps her arms around her knees. Her ears go flat as she chews her lip.
It's not like I don't know that. John never shuts up about it. I mean, he and Jane used to be close back when we all first met, but last time I talked to John, he accused her of raping Jake.
Oh, shit.
You don't fucking say.
It's not like I don't worry about Jake, but come on, we're all adults. What am I supposed to do? Show up at his window dressed like the Blue Fairy and whisk him away from his terrible life? Maybe that would work for a few days, but the one thing I learned from dating around a lot in my youth is that no one's gonna leave a bad relationship until it's their idea to leave.
She takes in a shaky breath and shuts her eyes. Her hair spills around her face when she leans forward to put her chin on her knees. Dave and Karkat exchange a look that is equal parts confused, miserable, and desperate. Karkat's making a fist against the ground, digging up a handful of moss and getting dirt under his fingernails. Perhaps it's a metaphor, he wryly speculates, for the way Jade has just dug up the emotional dirt in their relationship. Dave clears his throat quietly. One of them could say something right now if they found the nerve, but as the moments slide by, nerve remains in short supply. Karkat opens his mouth, without quite having settled on the words that will come out of it, but before any do, the sky cracks open. Instead, he lets out an undignified yelp and scuttles back so he doesn't get hit by the sharp debris suddenly raining from above. Jade spins around and flings her arms out, using her space powers to catch the offensive rubble and shrink it into harmless granules. They spark and clash against her fingers. She can't quite tell what they are. They're not rocks or metal. They don't even seem to be physical. Something else comes hurtling out of the hole in the sky, too fast for Jade to catch. It hits the ground with a clap of green lightning. The collision sends a geyser of dirt, rock, and vapor into the air. Dave flash steps to shield Karkat. Jade doesn't move, taking the brunt of the explosion face on, using her abilities to warp the energy around her so that she's a mote at the center of the storm. When the dust clears, she's the first to jump into the crater, trailing smoke behind her. There's a body at the center of it. The torso is bloody, tangled, and curled into a fetal position. Its shoes are missing, but otherwise the outfit is quite familiar to her. It's a dead ringer for her old Witch of Space uniform. Jade touches the body with the toe of her shoe, then gasps when it rolls over to reveal its face.
It's... me?
Karkat and Dave stick their heads over the edge of the pit. Holy shit.
What in the ever-loving fuck?
Good question. I don't know, but we should probably get her some help.
Help? What? It looks like her internal organs are obliterated. She's covered in more blood than I thought humans even had inside them.
Well, we can't just leave her in this fucking hole, man. Come on, give me a hand. Karkat watches as Jade stands over her own younger corpse. He notices the way her shoulders are slanted. It's clear even from a distance that she's shaking.
Jade? Do you have any idea what's going on here? What should we do about this?
Jade doesn't say anything. She's staring at the body, a badly broken version of herself, probably from a different timeline, she guesses. This Jade is about 16 years old. Her hair is matted with blood. Her appearance is gruesome, yet also peaceful somehow. Dave slides down the ridge of the crater and grabs her by the shoulder. Hey, Jade, you hear us? Jade wipes a hand across her cheek and looks down to find that it's come away bloody. One of those shrunken, massless shards from the sky must have nicked her in the face. Her eyes go wide and she feels the breath go out of her for a moment. She looks directly upward. Where did this body come from? Jade?
Yes, Dave, I heard you.
Still staring at the body, Jade digs her phone out of her pocket.
I need to talk to Jane.
Chapter 20, and it's the same people. Wow.
Wow. Sure feels weird to just be hanging out with all these assholes. We were... Oh, fuck.
Sorry,
wow,
also... Sorry, before we start this page, I realized, do you want to, give any thoughts on this one?
Any thoughts on this? Sorry, yes, that was actually the most important and interesting part of this epilogue so far, and I'm intrigued. Okay, so because...
Anyway, yeah, we can get on with it.
Wow. Sure feels weird to just be hanging out with all these assholes we were totally gossiping about just 20 minutes ago.
Karkat is loudly whispering to Dave, leaning a bit too intimately into the curve of his chest for two dudes who are dating the same girl but not each other. I always knew our gossip sins would catch up with us eventually.
Shush, both of you!
Jade brushes past them, holding her dead teen self under the armpits, while Jake brings up the rear, stripe-tighted ankles in hand. He shoots Dave and Karkat a big toothy grin. Dave nods back. Karkat continues to look somewhat seasick, keeping his eyes high so that they don't accidentally graze teen Jade's impaled chest. Jake and Jade take the corpse up the winding, white staircase toward Jane's bedchamber. The Crocker mansion is a dazzling maze of marble halls polished to a mirror sheen. It's the kind of place where footsteps echo from one end of a floor to the other, and even the pillows are lined with literal silver thread. There's a peaked skylight at the top of the foyer that splits the morning sun like a prism, spilling multicolored dots across every surface below. Amongst those dots are drips of teen Jade's blood. It's so dark on the spotless tile that it looks nearly black. Dave stays with Karkat by the door. They're waiting to meet Rose, Kanaya, John, and an extremely pregnant Roxy, who all show up together with baby Vriska, who's really been coming along in her metamorphosis cycle lately. She now has both oral cavities and opposable thumbs, and she's making good use of the latter by reaching out to mash her hands against the face of any adult foolish enough to enter her range. She grabs one of Karkat's little nubby horns when Kanaya passes by. He reacts pretty much the same way he would if it were actual Vriska tugging on any part of his person. He flails and grouses, making a few strangled sounds of impotent rage. It gives everyone a good giggle on a dark and confusing day. John hangs back with Karkat and Dave while the girls go upstairs.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Oh, just enjoying a nice night out with our girlfriend when another teen version of our girlfriend plummeted out of the sky and bled all over our picnic pizza.
Picnic pizza?
Yeah, it's like normal pizza, except that you eat it while sitting on a tablecloth in the fucking grass.
Oh, cool. I never thought about doing that. I just bring sandwiches to my picnics like a dumbass. Then again, the last time I went on a picnic, I ate... Actually, never mind what I ate, but it sure wasn't pizza.
You're lost, bro. It's the only way to picnic out.
Stop talking about picnic pizza, you assholes! This is in such poor taste!
Yeah, he's right. Anyway, like I was saying, we were in picnic pizza heaven when fucking Space Tier Jade from, I guess 7 or 8 years ago, basically face planted in a field next to our romantic triple date.
Damn. Yeah, it was pretty bad timing.
Or extremely good timing. I don't know yet. The conversation was veering kind of,
Ugh. We were in the relationship real talk zone. Anyway, can we stop dwelling on this shit and just go upstairs?
As they ascend the staircase, they're greeted by the horrible, bone-rattling sound of a toddler screaming its head off. In the room, little Vriska Lalonde is pulling on little Tavros Crocker's thick black hair, while Jake Crocker laughs and scratches his head awkwardly. Jane looks quite irritated. Gamzee Makara Crocker is at her side, serving as her ever-faithful shadow, holding her arm to steady her as she tries to revive Teen Jade's corpse. Jake! Vitriol leaks from every letter of his name. John and Dave exchange a knowing look. Who's supposed to be the Kismesis here again? Would you take Tavros out of here, please?
Well, golly, Jane, I just thought it would be invigorating for the boy to interact with someone else's age for once.
Well, he doesn't need to do it in here, especially not when I'm trying to work.
Hey now, Elixir Tits, you oughta chill. Yelling at your motherfucking mate spread is bad for the blood pressure, babe.
Oh, I'm sorry, is a clown speaking right now? It's the darndest thing. I could have sworn I just heard a nearby, offensively odiferous clown offering some advice when no one asked for his opinion. Whoa, Janie, you doing okay?
Jane wipes perspiration off her face and sighs.
I don't know. I've just been under a lot of stress lately, trying to run my business, raise a child, and manage the political situation indirectly through various corporate machinations. Jake, why are the children still in here? Take them to the playroom, now!
Aye, man.
Jake scoops up the squabbling children and holds them as far apart as possible to stop Vriska from biting Tavros's ear off. It's just one of the unfair advantages she has over him and his blunt human teeth. John and Dave part to let Jake go by. Quite sorry, blokes, he whispers as he takes his leave. Jane clutches her hands around Teen Jade's thin shoulders, looking the corpse over with an expression of absolute sorrow. I don't know why, but I'm having an extremely difficult time reviving her. Where did she even come from? The living Jade shakes her head.
We have no idea. It's like the sky just opened up.
Well, obviously she is from another timeline. Darling, can you perhaps shed some light on this? Rose sucks on her lower lip. It takes her a moment to respond. Her fingers close around the neckline of her dress as her gaze sweeps across the room. She looks over each person present, but avoids making eye contact.
I haven't the faintest clue. It could be anything.
John quirks an eyebrow at her. She doesn't sound confident. Not like she did a month earlier when she claimed that Vriska had defeated Lord English. Well, something is blocking my life powers. It's as if she has a sort of poison in her. Not a literal poison, mind you. If it were as simple a matter as there being something in her bloodstream, I could revive her lickety-split. It's deeper than that. It's like a poison eating away at the very core of her being. It's attacking her on, perhaps this sounds crazy, but a metaphysical level?
Huh?
What's so odd is that not only can I not bring her back to life, she also somehow doesn't feel entirely dead.
Oh, I wonder if that has something to do with me? Like, being here?
How so?
Well, all of our selves across infinite timelines are actually just one self, right? Like, one ultimate self distributed across multiple bodies. So, in multiple places and states at once. Every Jade that exists is like a light being shined through 1,000 cracks in the timeline, but if we are outside the place where all that light is being split from, maybe only one of us can exist, and that's why she's stuck in this horrible state.
Roxy places her hand on Jade's head and gives her a little scritch between the ears.
I think that Janie was just being melodramatic, Jade. It's not your fault.
Jade reaches out to take her own corpse's hand. She remembers being this age, being heartbroken, still newly godlike in her abilities, and on the verge of fighting a battle that could change everything. She can't believe how young she looks.
What should we do with her?
Roxy claps her hands together.
Well, hate to be the one who says what we're all thinking, but it sounds like it's time for another funeral, Lamau.
Lamau? Roxy, Jade is dead, and you're probably going to give birth within the week.
Yeah, so we gotta start planning this one right now. Huh? Come on, guys. How long's it been since we were all together like this?
Roxy looks around the room searchingly with a big, bright grin. Karkat snorts from the far corner of the room where he's been pouting the whole time.
I'm sorry, was that a rhetorical fucking question, or were you going somewhere with it?
It was not rhetorical at all. The last time we were all together was Dirk's funeral.
Roxy, at the time we were mourning the death of a dear friend.
I know, right? Nothing like the death of someone we love to bring us all together again. We've all been so busy with being pregnant and birthing 1,000 trolls and the political situation that regulates the troll birthing, we don't even have time to catch up anymore.
Jane's eyes flutter wide beneath her spectacles. Unbidden, her gaze flickers to where Rose and Kanaya are standing shoulder to shoulder, very much in stable, devoted interspecies love. Kanaya catches that gaze and holds it for a very long, tense moment. Roxy? Kanaya interrupts, tone clipped and dry. Perhaps we should not talk about that particular subject. If your concern here is that we all continue to be in the same room, it's probably best we avoid bringing attention to the reasons that it so rarely happens.
Come on. Politics should never get between friends.
Ugh, easy for you to say.
Jade interjects tiredly.
Karkat, let's not, okay? I mean, not now.
That's not what? Let's not talk about the giant fucking trumpet beast in the room. Let's not talk about how Kanaya, Terezi, and I worked just as hard to create this world as any of you. But our people don't even get a say in how they govern themselves. Let's not talk about how the crimes of Alternia are held up to unfair scrutiny anytime a troll wants to fucking do or say something on the news. But we're not allowed to generalize humans based on the worst things that happened in your history. Let's not talk about how Alternia was basically the sacrificial fucking milk beast upon the altar that this universe was built on. But you all act like we're so lucky you deign to allow us to exist alongside you, instead of just letting us fucking die out the way I was intended.
Excuse you, Karkat, but no one acts like that.
Oh, no one.
Karkat pushes off from the wall furious, practically spitting flames. He points at Jane, his whole arm quivering.
I listen to the fucking news, you know. I've heard all the arguments, the ones based on the policy advice your corporate think tank feeds the president. Do you think that it's being broadcast at a frequency only humans can hear or something? Do you think we're that stupid? Even I can tell that the atmosphere in the Troll Kingdom is changing, and I have never once willingly had a conversation with my neighbors. Everyone's starting to get scared. More than that, they're starting to get pissed.
Jane folds her hands in her lap. Her voice is ice cold and varnished to a shine. Is this meant to be a threat of future violence, Mr. Vantis? I'm not sure menacing me is making the most compelling case for your political claims.
Holy shit, are you all fucking hearing this?
Yes, Karkat, we are all most definitely hearing this. It's somewhat unavoidable with you shouting it all at the top of your lungs.
Sorry, I thought it might be kind of difficult for you to hear me, what with your head shoved all the way up your big, fat ass.
Can you take ass one more time? You cut out.
Oh, fuck. I'm just gonna... Yeah. What with your head shoved all the way up your big, fat ass?
Whoa. Damn. Gamzee steps out from behind Jane, putting himself between her and Karkat. He raises his hands in a calming gesture. Hey, brother, chill out.
Fuck off, Gamzee.
Whoa, Karkat, my dude. Why are you all lashing out and shit? I thought we were motherfucking good.
No, we are not motherfucking good. We will never be motherfucking good.
Yo, come on, man. I motherfucking apologized about going all overboard with the malice and murder and shit. A motherfucker redeemed his motherfucking self. Y'all can't get salty with your homie no more. That'd be all the rule of redemption, my brotherly bitch.
I don't care what you say the rules are, dude. I don't care if you prostrate yourself at my feet and lick the fucking dirt out from under my toenails. Don't fucking try to do that, by the way. I'm obviously being facetious. If you actually tried to touch my feet with your disgusting, rotten-smelling tongue, I would probably be forced to reach down my throat and pull out my own pump biscuit. That was also me being facetious. My point is, don't touch me. Don't smile at me. Don't wink at me. Don't honk at me. Don't do anything in my direction. Got that? We are nothing to each other. Do you fucking understand me, brother?
Gamzee gets up from where he had been crawling across the floor in preparation for some righteous attritional toe-sucking. He looks positively crestfallen. Karkat, yo, there's gotta be something I can do.
No. Never in the wildest dreams of your soap-soaked pea brain will we be motherfucking good, Gamzee. Because you're sleeping with the goddamn enemy. Because I still have nightmares about what you did. And because you have no idea what the fuck you even did wrong in the first place.
Whoa, okay, Karkat, I get you're all fired up about politics and stuff, but let's lay off Gams, okay?
Yes, can't you see that he's sincerely trying to have a redemption arc?
I get if you don't want to forgive him, that's totes your business, but you gotta at least admit he's making an effort here.
Honk.
That's it!
Karkat points at Jane again, then at Roxy, then at Gamzee.
Fuck you! and you, and especially you. In fact, fuck all of you. I'm leaving.
Karkat whirls around to leave, but Dave tries to stop him, hands on his shoulders. Karkat wrestles out from under his gentle grip, hissing. He jabs Dave hard in the clavicle, hard enough that Dave is forced to take a shocked half-step backward. Dude.
What part of all of you do you not understand, Strider? Are you as fucking deaf as you are stupid? Get the fuck out of my way!
Dave folds out of the way, stunned and compliant. Jade gapes at her stunned boyfriend and in the empty space in the doorway left by her other boyfriend.
Dave, what the fuck did you say to him downstairs?
Nothing. To be honest, I think he's been holding all that in for a while. Karkat leaves a stunned silence in his wake. Jane fuming silently to herself, Kanaya and Rose exchanging a knowing look about world politics, John chewing his lip and mulling about how Karkat is probably right, and how if he were braver, he would have backed him up. This unpleasant spell of poorly attuned togetherness is interrupted by Jake looking all toothsome and fatherly, with Tavros asleep in his arms, and a placated Vriska riding his broad shoulders.
By Jove, chaps, what was all that commotion?
It was nothing, Jake. Go back to the playroom. No, wait, Jake, we're having another funeral. We don't got much time, so I'm appointing you officially third in charge of the planning committee. After me and Callie, obvs.
Oh my god. Roxy, are you really serious about this funeral idea?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
Christ. Okay, I'm all for, like, honoring the memory of this departed version of Teen Jade we barely know, but you are so pregnant.
Yeah, I'm pregnant as shit, but I don't see anybody else stepping up to the plate.
Roxy, I understand the sentiment, but are you sure it's really appropriate?
Yep, it's even more appropriate now. After all the bullshit that's happened, we need a good bash for the sake of team unity.
I admit to still being ignorant regarding many aspects of human culture, but a funeral is not what I would call a bash.
Somehow, that's because you've got no imagination, Kanaya. We'll make sure it's lit as fuck, right, Jake?
Golly, I do love me a good soiree, no matter the circumstance. I'd be chuffed to the nines to be your third man on this one, Rox.
Then it's official. This time next week, we'll corpse party like it's the end of the world. Again.
Just four fucking blank
Four
grunts, I guess.
sighs. Jane pushes up her spectacles so that she can pinch the bridge of her nose.
How is it that no matter how hard I try to keep the foolishness in my life confined exclusively to my romantic partners, I invariably find myself surrounded by clowns regardless?
Honk. And I think that's where we will end the episode. Let me double check. No, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this page because this is the end of epilogue 4. So we'll do this page and then we'll pick up epilogue 5 next episode.
Nice.
It's raining again, coming down in a frigid torrent. John is a pallbearer this time around. T and Jade is so light he and Jake alone carry the coffin with ease. Together, they trudge through the ankle-deep puddles while their friends line up on either side of the stone steps that lead to the cathedral. It's just them this time, Earthsea's very own dysfunctional collection of old gods. John can't say he misses the clangor of a shameless press hounding them from the edges of what is supposed to be a somber ceremony, but the smallness of the congregation under the tall Gothic ceilings makes Roxy's attitude at the pulpit all the more absurd. She leads John and Jake into the building and down the center of the nave, humming happily to herself the entire time. An equally effusive Calliope trails behind her, carrying a bouquet of purple flowers. Despite Roxy's insistence that this sad event could only bring them all closer together, the group is sitting in chilly segments on either side of the aisle, pointedly not interacting. Karkat is sitting all on his own about 6 pews behind Jade and Dave. Gamzee is hanging out by the door, having been banished there by Jane like a wet dog. No one in the cathedral can blame her, because he certainly smells like one. Roxy, bathed in pink and gold light from the stained glass behind her, spreads her arms and begins to speechify. She practically has to shout to be heard over the roar of the rainstorm outside.
Thanks everyone for joining us today. We are gathered here to honor the memory of alternate universe Jade. Alas, we hardly knew her. By which, I mean, we didn't know her at all, because she fell out of the sky like a week ago and was already dead. But I think that based on our long acquaintanceship with alive Jade, we can safely assume that she was totally rad. So, we're all here to contemplate the vast cruelness of the universe that such radness was plucked in its prime. Psst, Callie, the roses.
Oh, of course.
Calliope begins plucking the petals off her bouquet and tossing them in a fluttery, uneven arc over Roxy's impressively coiffed hair. John facepalms audibly in the crowd. He'd spent the entire morning giving one more go at talking Roxy out of the entire affair, but she was stubbornly dedicated to her artistic vision. "You gave it the old college try, chap," Jake said to him earlier as he waxed his mustache in the mirror. "But it's better for a man to just let his wife do whatever she wants. I promise you'll experience less pain that way, old boy." Huh.
Purple roses traditionally represent love at first sight. However, these roses are actually red roses that we prepared using a blue dye. The blue rose is the most elusive and mysterious of all flowers. The combination of red and blue in this context is meant to evoke the dual nature of death, in that there is nothing more mysterious and impossible to comprehend than the vast void of the afterlife. But also, there is nothing that makes us appreciate the life and love that we already have than the mystery of death. While death is terrifying, there is always joy to be found among the sorrow. Each time we witness death, we fall in love with the important people in our lives all over again.
Calliope is gazing at Roxy with glassy eyes. She sniffs as she plucks the last petal from her rose. A breeze washes through the cathedral from the crack in the door at the end of the room, brushing the petal off course and causing it to get stuck in Roxy's oversprayed hair. Calliope reaches out with a visibly shaking hand to pluck the plant awful, but she does not draw back. Instead, she lets her hand graze down the side of Roxy's face and cup her cheek. Roxy puts her own hand over Calliope's and holds it. John tilts his head and squints at the image in front of him.
Whoa, Callie, that's a beautiful metaphor.
Oh. Thank you, Roxy.
Don't sound so humble. It is very, very deep.
I just can't take credit for external inspiration.
Wow, come on, Callie, you're the literal muse.
Yes, but you're...
This very tender scene is cruelly interrupted by the sound of the cathedral door slamming open. Everyone whips their heads around to see, of all people, Aradia hovering in the foyer. Her wings radiate a soft, ephemeral glow that paints the walls around her pink and red. Solix is with her, feeling his way into the church along the grain of the door. He's soaked head to toe.
Oh, no. No, do we miss the entire corpse party? I hope not.
Yes, that would be such a tragedy.
Oh, shush you. The tragedy is what I don't want to miss.
Karkat jumps to his feet, eyes so wide they're practically popping out of his head.
Aradia? Holy shit, Solix?
Hey, loser. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time? Is that all you guys have to say to me? It's been more than a fucking human decade. I thought you guys were dead. No, I wasn't dead. No, I mean, like, gone forever. I thought that you two literally didn't exist anymore. Or at the very least, we're trapped in a dead universe perpetually collapsing into its own asshole.
Oh. Nope.
Fine. Watson here with no explanation whatsoever. Sounds about fucking right. It's not like your sudden and unexplained presence is any less of a joke than this funeral we're having. I mean, why stop at Solix and Aradia? Maybe fucking Nepeta is about to pounce from behind that grotesque statue of the human sufferer T-posing over there. Nepeta, are you there? Come on out. The corpse party wouldn't be the same without you.
Shoosh, everyone. There will be a reception with cake and candy after the service. You can all have your poignant reunions then. Before we unite in tearful togetherness, we gotta unite in tearful loss.
Wait, there's more? I thought that nice speech Callie made was like pretty much the funeral.
Well, no. Callie and I were just getting started. Oh my god. Anyway, where was I?
How the infinite mystery of death makes us appreciate the love we have.
Right.
Roxy starts giving the second act of her eulogy. Aradia glides to the floor and sets her feet on the stone tiling, elfin and weightless. She sidles up to Gamzee and jostles him in the ribs.
So I see you managed to get out of the fridge.
I didn't just get out of the fridge, I was set free, sister.
I see.
When the door of that fridge popped open, it was like I'd be all seeing the light and shit.
Well, yeah. That's what happens when someone opens a door to a totally dark enclosure. Fuck, I can't believe you're still this stupid. Oh wait, I can.
No, brother, it's a motherfucking metaphor. A metaphor for the miracle of redemption.
Redemption.
Yeah, check it the fuck out. I did my motherfucking redemption arc.
Is that so?
I've been doing all kinds of good deeds at the Lost Motherfuckers, preaching the holy word, making out with orphans.
Oh.
Isn't it kissing orphans?
Let him talk, Solix.
I even got a healthy, mutually fulfilling kismesis going on with that foxy human broad up front. Aradia turns to look in the direction of his lecherous ogle. She observes the bored-looking woman who she recognizes to be Jane. Aradia looks her up and down and arches an eyebrow in approval.
It's so nice that you believe all that, Gamzee. I think I can honestly say I'm reasonably happy for you.
OMG, quiet in the back already. We're trying to have a beautiful and solemn proceeding up here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do agree that it's a beautiful corpse party, but I think it would be even more beautiful if we could, actually see the corpse. Oh my god, Aradia, why are you still like this?
Roxy smacks herself in the forehead like this is the most obvious thing in the world. Of course! How could she forget the fucking corpse?
Oh, lol, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Hey, Jake, a little help? I'm like hella pregnant here and shouldn't be doing any heavy lifting.
Jake leaps from his seat, very enthusiastic to be freed from the ice-cold grip of Jane's perfectly manicured hand. He jumps onto the stage and begins unlatching the coffin while Calliope throws more rose petals for some reason. Living Jade slumps into her seat a bit, beginning to look green.
Ugh.
Yo, babe, it's okay.
Easy for you to say. You've got practice with this kind of thing.
Just remember, it's not actually your corpse. I mean, technically it is. It both is and isn't your corpse at the same time. Which, yeah, the longer you think about it like that, the more fucked up it gets. But also, when you objectively think about it, the combined multiverse is a huge tangle of interrelated but totally random events, and it's only chance that this specific life is the one you ended up living. You and that corpse could have just as easily switched places. But also that would never actually happen because it's not how paradox space works. Anyway, my point is that nothing really matters, so chill out.
I love you with all my heart, Dave, but you're really not helping right now.
With a grunt, Jake pries at the coffin. The lid creaks open and hits the side of the pulpit with a loud crack. The noise reverberates through the entire cathedral, shaking dust off the unused pews and rattling the iron in the stained glass windows. Outside, a clap of thunder follows. Aradia vaults into the air and flits over the pews to get a better look at the body. Teen Jade remains in the bloody space outfit she crashed to Earth in, since nobody was willing to dislodge the huge otherworldly shard from her chest in order to change her. But Roxy has done the corpse's makeup beautifully and fashioned her a lovely flower crown. If not for all the blood caked down her front and her conspicuous impalement, she'd look like she was merely sleeping.
Now this is more like it.
I can't look.
Oh, here. Dave slings an arm around her shoulders. She starts to snuggle in, but Dave is absolutely not initiating physical contact here for the purpose of getting his cuddle on. Instead of cradling Jade in his arms, he uses his hands to cover her eyes.
What are you doing?
Emotional support, yo.
Dave,
What? I'd like to see you do better.
Me too, actually.
I'm sorry, but I'm not the one whose questionable consolation tactics are on trial here. This isn't a trial, it's a funeral! Haha, they've got a point, Rose, you gotta admit. A point about what? You're not great at consolation, just saying.
Oh, you don't know the half of it.
Excuse all of you, but I'm an excellent advice giver.
Nobody said anything about advice giving, Rose.
Oh yeah, the advice is top notch, but you're kind of a weird person to, like, cry in front of, no offense. What? The first time I ever got upset in front of Rose IRL, she put her arms around me, and it was so awkward that I had to ask her if she was hugging me or reaching for something on the shelf behind me. Everyone was getting rather off track. I was doing both for your information.
The first time Rose hugged me, it was such a disaster. We didn't make eye contact for like a week after.
Jade, come here. I shall hold you in my arms.
Thank you, Kanaya. At least one of you knows how to treat a lady in distress.
Agreed. I've always felt that Kanaya has done an exemplary job of providing a model for compassionate, empathetic behavior, which others of her kind would do well to follow.
What the fuck did you just say?
I'm sorry, Mr. Vantis. Do you have Sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Vantis. Do you have another unsolicited political opinion you'd like to share with everyone?
Considering the shit guys that just shot out of your ignorance cannon, I'd say my opinion is pretty fucking solicited right about now. Everyone, be quiet!
Calliope yells so loud that her voice becomes a hollow, howling shriek. The glass in the candelabras above her shatters, snuffing out the candles and filling the choir with blue smoke. She gasps and covers her mouth with both hands, shrinking behind the startled looks she's receiving from the rest of the funeral goers. Slowly, she lowers her arms, staring at her hands in shock. This time, she whispers.
Please. Roxy gathered you all here for a reason. At least listen until the end. After that, you can argue all you want.
Roxy comes back to the pulpit and wraps an arm around Calliope's shoulders.
Look, everyone, I'm not dumb, okay? Even though I act like it sometimes. I know what's going on here, that we're all drifting apart, and I know that's just a normal part of growing up and making new families, and I guess learning that some people have unbridgeable divides on political stuff. I can accept that things aren't gonna always be the same as when we first met, especially with Dirk gone. Damn. Even though it's been more than a year, I still feel like he died yesterday. What Callie said earlier about death being mysterious and full of love is true. I don't know if I ever would have gotten up the courage to marry John if Dirk hadn't died. Sometimes I think about what it would have been like if he was still here. I think we can all agree that if Dirk didn't kill himself, there would be some big differences in the lives of people here in this room. I can't say if they'd be good or bad. Maybe when it comes to this kind of thing, like infinite probability and multiple universes and shit, good and bad don't matter. There's no better or worse, just different. Even with dead Jade here, who's to say that the world she came from was actually worse than ours? She probably died a heroic death doing something incredible. We probably only have the great lives we do right now because of her sacrifice. The universal odds of us all being alive and healthy and together like this are so infinitesimally low that it's literally impossible for us to understand with our limited linear consciousness. Isn't that amazing? So, even if this is the last time we're all ever in the same room like this, I think it's just incredible we could be here in the first place. Out of a sempiternal number of possibilities, we are the only incarnation of this exact specific moment in all of existence. I think that we should all look around and be super grateful for Whoa, fuck.
Roxy's voice starts to crack. She staggers off the podium, clutching her bloated stomach.
Roxy, are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. I just went into freaking labor.
Oh my god!
John scrambles to his feet.
Oh my god. It's happening. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god, John, are you just gonna keep shouting, oh my god, or are you gonna help your wifey out?
Oh my god!
John stumbles up the stairs to the pulpit, holding his head with both hands. It's actually Jake, still standing dutifully next to the corpse, who catches Roxy under the armpits when she topples backwards. He passes her off to John, who whips up a cushion of wind for her to recline on.
Doing okay there, sweetheart?
Why'd I let you put this thing inside me?
Don't worry, Roxy. We'll get it out as soon as we can. By it, I mean our child. We probably shouldn't be talking about him in dehumanizing terms before he's even born, huh? It seems like kind of a bad omen.
OMG, John, shut up. I need like 6 gallons of Demerol stat. Let's go.
Right, going!
John swoops his wife up in his arms and starts scrambling down the aisle.
Wait, I would like to be there as well. Hurry up, then!
Calliope begins sprinting after John and Roxy, but doesn't make it 2 steps before something stops her in her tracks. A feeling that crawls under her exoskeleton. She stands deathly still for a moment and then turns to face the coffin. Something about the corpse has transfixed her. She curls her fingers around the rim of the casket and leans in, studying Teen Jade's peaceful face. Suddenly, the corpse bolts upright. Calliope yelps and falls on her butt. Adult Jade screams.
Ah!
Ah, Jove!
Jesus fuck! Hair veiling her face, Teen Jade sets her hands on her chest and dissolves the shard, bisecting her ribcage. The wound does not heal, but it doesn't bleed either.
Jay, you're alive. Or, you're not dead.
It takes the corpse a while to reply. Everyone waits for her to speak. When the words leave her mouth, they send a chill through the cathedral air.
I am not Jade.
Slowly, Jade raises her head. The stage makeup Roxy applied earlier is running down her face in dark rivers. Her eyes are solid black. Even more than black, it seems. They are hollows penetrating deep into a field of absence so profound it's hard to imagine a single photon has ever crossed through its infinite expanse. Meeting her gaze is like peering into a realm where light goes to die. Calliope finds the sensation disturbingly familiar.
And who are you? You know who I am, Calliope. We met once years ago. You were dead, and so was I.
Calliope now understands exactly who is speaking to her. She tenses up, scuttles backwards, and begins tumbling down the stairs into the aisle. She starts running before she's even up on both feet, clawing the carpet ragged in her desperation to escape the cathedral. The congregation watches her go, but no one moves to help her or even looks in her direction. In her wake, she leaves a primal echoing wail. The door closes thunderously behind her. Her scream can be heard beyond the doors, growing quieter as she recedes into the distance. Kanaya adjusts the buttons on her very fashionable morning gloves and sighs. This certainly is a turn of events.
I'll say. At first I was underwhelmed with the proceedings, I have to admit. But that was quite the twist. This may be one of the best death-related celebrations I've ever seen.
Top 5 at least.
Teen Jade floats out of the coffin with measured grace. Adult Jade shudders as her reanimated duplicate passes by. She slides back into Kanaya's comforting arms and hides her face in the crook of her neck. Teen Jade directs her pitch-black eyes toward the arched marble ceiling and gazes skyward with a sort of intensity and purpose no one in this crowd has seen in years. It's as if her glare is passing through the roof of the church and continuing unimpeded through the partitions of this very plane of reality itself.
You're undoubtedly surprised. But these events were not unpredictable at all. This is exactly what I have been expecting to happen.
She spreads her arms and speaks in a voice as deep and dark as the void.
And while I cannot say the same thing for the rest of you, I, at least, am exactly where I am meant to be.
Jake meekly raises his hand, now treating the botched funeral as something closer to a classroom setting.
Hey, not to come off as a total idiot here, but who were you supposed to be again?
She directs the powerful vacuum of her hollow glare towards the total idiot. She regards him for a moment, radiating a sense of disdain for what may very well be the greatest living source of ignorance she has ever encountered in her many eons of existence.
My name is Calliope. I am the muse of space, and I have entered this body to protect your world.
And that's where we're going to end the episode.
Oh my fucking goodness.
Oh my god,
Yo.
things are happening. Plot relevant
What?
things are occurring.
What?
Sound the alarms.
Something happened.
Something ever happens. Oh my gosh, and we'll see the consequences of something ever happening in the next episode, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We'll catch you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Farewell. Goodbye.